Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Irfan bin Muhammad Fahmi, and I'm from Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sri Hartonas. Now, I think it is a universal fact that books can be life-changing experiences. They can instill upon you morals and life lessons that you will continue to carry out with you throughout the rest of your lives. However, I've noticed that certain types of books are seen as lesser types of art just because they aren't big, long novels or epic, sprawling adventures. These books that have this stigma are known as comic books, romance novels, autobiographies, and much more. And not only that, I've also noticed that people don't really engage with local authors as much as they do with overseas authors, and I think that's a mistake. People are missing out on potentially life-changing experiences if they just keep to their comfort zone and don't look out for their culture. Now, the book that I'm reviewing today, Once Upon a Meow 4, has both of these aspects, and I hope with this review I can show you why this book has so much meaning despite the fact that it looks like a simple kid's book. Now, to give a brief overview of the Once Upon a Meow series and 4, Once Upon a Meow is about the author's experience growing up in the east side of Malaysia, Kuching, Sarawak, in the 90s. As a result of the theming and various pop culture references, I can assume it is very nostalgic for people who have grown up in that era. Now, I for one cannot say it's too relatable because I grew up in an entirely different century, but the writing and the art, which I will delve into later, make up for it and help you feel immersed into the world that the author grew up in. Now, one of the big characteristics that I like about this book is the art. As you can see on the cover, Django, the author, characterizes themselves as a talking orange cat, and this doesn't just go for the author himself, it also goes for his siblings. They are nice, simple designs and usually animals, and not only that, they are very distinct, so you're never confused on who is who. And not only is the art very cute, it can also be very funny with how many jokes and slapstick there are in this book. And one very cool feature that this book has compared to the other books in the series is that this book is actually co-authored and co-drawn by Ching Chi Ming, who is best known for his work on My Life as a Kid. His signature crude and sketchy style helped elevate the more sarcastic and slapstick parts of the book. Another part of this book that I would like to praise is the writing. The writing isn't very serious and there's a lot of dialogue, and because of that, it feels like as if you're talking to a friend. It doesn't feel like you're just reading someone's words in a journal. And with how personal it feels, you can be immersed into feeling that you are growing up alongside with the author, which is very nice, and it helps you to feel connected to the characters and the environment that they grew up in. Now, both of those aspects are things that the other books in the series actually excel in as well. But the reason I chose Once Upon a Meow 4 as the subject of this review is because I think it's the most vulnerable. Throughout the Meow series, there has been a backdrop of sadness because of Meow's home life. He unfortunately had to grow up with a mother who was mentally ill. And not only that, it appeared that his mother started becoming sick the moment he was born. Because of this, he feels as if he wasn't born, his sisters would have had a better life and his parents would have also been normal. Obviously, even though this isn't true, it still puts a weight on the poor child. And because of this, he uses his friends and absorbs himself in the media of the 90s as a way to escape from his home life. And that's one of the things that this book has compared to all the others, which is the theme of escapism. And not only that, it also makes you look at the previous books in a different light, because escapism can be felt as a theme there as well. Now, to conclude this review, I hope you realize that books, no matter what form they come in, can still instill strong emotions within the reader, regardless of the form that they take. Regardless if it's a comic book or a romance novel or even a big sprawling epic, your heart will still shine if you read a book that changes you. Now, Once Upon a Meow 4 does very good with its themes of escapism, as well as stressing the importance of friendships and connections. To end off this review, I would like to paraphrase a quote from this book. And that quote is, although that there are things that may never change about your life, some things can make it better. And with hope crossed on your heart, you'll just have to believe that it'll last. Thank you.